Let's talk about some CD Projekt Red stuff here.
No.
Okay. All right, moving on.
Okay.
So next up, Final Fantasy VII. All right, no. All right, so CD Projekt Red. There was a recent little article that popped out with them saying that they can't guarantee that Cyberpunk 2077, the next gen versions that are supposed to come out this year, they can't guarantee it's coming out this year.
I mean, that's not really a surprise to me, to be honest.
It's not, but it's just so funny because it's like, it just continues to put things in perspective of just how fucked that game was that we got last year.
I mean, I think the real perspective is here, they pushed to that date they wanted to release, and we got what we got. That unfortunate glitchy mess that most people experience.
Yep.
John and me were part of those lucky few who got very few glitches and played a fairly slightly stable game.
Fuck you.
So, I mean, I'm not surprised by this because CD Projekt Red had this backlash from Cyberpunk, which everyone was hyped for because CD Projekt Red, Witcher's always been good.
Yep.
This Cyberpunk could be good. Then we got what we got, which was Cyber fucked 2077.
Cyber fucked 27. That's amazing.
I mean, there's nothing else I could think of, so that's what I'm stuck with. So, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that they're actually considering taking a little bit longer going, no, maybe we should bug test this.
Yeah, no, you're right. And, it potentially getting pushed back to even next year. I mean, think about it like this. What if they took the smart, responsible route and just never released the game last year and just pushed it back to keep working on it? This game would legit have a 10-year cycle between announcement to release because it would get pushed back to 2022 at this point if this is true. And it was announced in 2012. That's wild. This whole situation with Cyberpunk is just crazy to me.
I mean, it probably would have been a better choice for CD Projekt Red if they did push it back because, I mean, again, as you said, almost been a decade worth of cycle time. So people at this point in time were sort of used to Cyberpunk being pushed back. Would it have got a little heat? Yes, just because of how much they'd been shown off, but people would have accepted it.
Yeah, they would have got over it. Give it a week, and they would have got over it. Easy. That's how the game community works. 8 or 9 times out of 10 is after a couple days, they'll get over it and move on. Most of the time, that's the case. But hey, on the bright side for Cyberpunk, they recently hired some Cyberpunk 2077 modders to help fix the game. So, hey, you're hiring very passionate people who like your game enough to spend time modding it to help you fix it. So, wake the fuck up, Samurai. We got a game to fix. Shout out to that.
What kind of mods are even on Cyberpunk?
Well, it's funny.
This should be good.
There's one video that fucking kills me. I wish I could remember the YouTuber's name. I sent this to Andy, and Andy got a good laugh out of this as well, where it was after one of the big, patch fixes, whatever. And, it was only like a 10-second video, 15-second. The guy's walking down the street. He's about to get into, what's the hookup dude's name at the beginning of the game before he dies? I'm drawing a blank on his name.
I forget his name too.
But you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. So you're walking up to get in his car at the beginning of the game, and the guy commentating, he's just like, yeah, the new patch came out, but I just don't really see anything like groundbreaking that really kind of makes me think that this game's any different. And like as soon as he says different, V sits in the car and looks over, and the guy says, Mr. V, and it's his fucking head is Thomas the Tank Engine. As soon as he says any different, and he just cuts off as he stares at Thomas the Tank Engine. So there's a lot of mods that are pretty fun. There is a lot of mods that are pretty fun, as you would imagine. As well as there's just a lot of mods out there that are quality of life improvements that modders have made. Now that actually brings up a good point. Is I wonder which modders they hired. Like what mods have they done? Are we talking modders that created mods to help make the game better for you?
I would hope so.
Yeah, me too. Or did you just hire the modder who made Thomas the Tank Engine? But
we never realized it, sir. But we need a big head mode.
Yeah, we need the big head mode for sure. But I still stand by my couple of statements. Number one, Cyberpunk definitely needs to be played. It's a very fun game. Yes, there's a lot of bugs, but it's definitely worth the play. And number two, I still stand by my statement. This game should have never, ever, 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 ever come out on previous gen consoles. I still stand by that 100%. This should have just been an Xbox Series and PC and PlayStation 5 exclusive. No doubt in my mind about that. But I'm looking forward to when it finally comes out because I got the itch to play this game again, but I'd rather play it on like the newer version that maybe won't break 1,000 times. which, still shout out to the fact that my first playthrough of Cyberpunk, in the most truest poetic fashion, during the credits, my game crashes. That's true poetry right there, ladies and gentlemen.